10:24-25 says, "And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching." So some of you know that while I'm from Calgary, I lived in Edmonton for about 5 years during university. I'd had a church in Edmonton that I'd originally loved, but as time went on, it shifted into like, and then I was looking for something new. The reason? My community had disappeared. As more and more friends graduated, it was really hard not having that university community that I'd come to rely on. When I moved back to Calgary, I prayed that God would help me find a new church and regain Christian community, and I found Connect. I wasn't hit with a mental phrase or Connect Church and flashing lights, nothing like that. I literally Googled churches, and Connect Church was one of the first to come up. So I came. I was hesitant at first, but then I realized that I'm a grown woman, and it was going to be fine. I had a mental checklist that I didn't even realize I had, and Connect Church met them all. I was looking for joy in worship, diversity in worship, and a message that made me reevaluate my day-to-day. I had so much peace and comfort while I was here, which is crazy. And when I look back, it's clear that the Holy Spirit was telling me that I'd found my church home. I didn't feel weird coming on my home, and it felt coming on my own, and it felt so welcome every time I walked through the door. It also helped that Connect doesn't do that thing where they make all the newcomers stand up and introduce themselves. That would have been my first and last time. As I continued coming to Connect, I knew that I wanted to get deeper into community, and I prayed that I would. Group Link was happening, like last week, and I decided to join 2 groups. So those of you that know me know that I like to fill my cup to the brim, and I already had a lot going on. I was job hunting, I had written an exam, I was studying for another exam, and I was helping my sister out at the pharmacy every day. But I still joined 2 groups because I felt a nudge to do so, and I am so thankful that I did. I joined Freedom Session and Friday Night Game Night. For Freedom Session, I remember hearing, getting deeper and forming community, so I was sold. For those of you that have done Freedom Session, you know, it's a little bit different from that. I did get deeper, I did form community, but it was so much more than that. I know the Holy Spirit led me to that group for a deeper reason, and I'm so thankful that he did, because a lot came out of that group for me. I got to work on my relationship with my father and not be so hard-hearted towards him, and rebuild some of the relationship that we had lost before he passed away. I formed relationship with people that I could call on to pray for me when I was struggling. I got closer to God, and I stopped running away from him and got to better at listening to what the Holy Spirit was saying. So Friday Night Games Night gave me balance. It was my time to recharge after the heaviness and be a little lighter and form a different type of connection. Connect groups are so important in forming community. 10 out of 10 would recommend. There's 14 of them, so check it out. During the time all this was happening, I also got a job. So like I said before, I lived in Edmonton, graduated from U of A, had a mechanical co-op degree, and the expectation is that you get a job right after graduating. But that didn't happen, and honestly, thankful that it didn't. Sometimes we push God for the right now, but his timing is so much better. After over a year of rejection, I got 2 job offers and had just interviewed for another role and was waiting to hear back. And I didn't know what to pick. They were all so different and would lead me down very different career paths. I was praying daily for clarity, but I felt like I wasn't hearing anything. So I asked others to pray for me and give me their opinions and thoughts. Now, this doesn't mean that you should listen to every person or even every Christian, but make sure that these people are spirit-filled, spirit-led, and full of faith, people that you can trust. And I got a unanimous answer. When I look at the other 2 roles, I see what I couldn't see then. I see an industry that would have led me further from God if I wasn't careful and destroyed my perception of men in the process. I see a company that would have let me go as soon as COVID started with no care for the employees. I see the Holy Spirit once again leading me where I needed to be with the help of those around me. So now I'm not always 100% sure I'm following the path set out for me, but I know that I can always ask God for what I need, making sure to give the Holy Spirit a chance to speak during my prayer time and follow his leading. And most importantly, Christian community is the top of the list. We always say you're not meant to do life alone here at Connect, and it's so true. When you're struggling, ask others for help because people are willing, but only if they know. Join a Connect group and grow a family because that's exactly what you get, family. And don't carry the weight of the future all on your own.